1945. A young mother dying of hunger dragged her little boy to Don Carlo Gnocchi. The child was barely balanced on his crutches. "A bomb took his leg off," she cried. "I've spent everything on medical bills." "Take him, father, at least he'll live. I can throw myself under a train." She kissed her little one and ran off screaming, "Go with him, Paolo." The priest picked up the terrified child, who desperately hit out at Don Carlo, scratching and punching, but he would never leave his side. Then one day, Paolo threw his arms round Don Gnocchi's neck, and both sobbed inconsolably. So Paolo became the first of the little amputees cared for in homes like this one at Portonovo, homes which constitute a rich part of our heritage and which we have the responsibility to maintain for the future, in memory of their first occupants. It's incredible. It's just as if the people have run off. Their cups on tables, shoes under the bed, plates on the floor, and even clothes in the wardrobe. Welcome, and thanks for having come. Today's event is organised with Legambiente, League for the Environment, which has worked for over the last 22 years towards a clean world. There have been hundreds of events over the past weekend. We represent Portonovo for All, and we're here to focus attention on our campaign to keep this beautiful building for the community and to stop the council from selling it privately for profit. Just a couple of words before we start work. We want the council to work with us in establishing this building as a centre for ecological and social-cultural activities for the benefit of the whole community. This is perfect for ecological tourism, for environmental awareness and for sought-after residential activities. For Clean the World 2014, the Legambiente decided to focus on this building.
L'ex colonia Mutilatini perché nelle scorse settimane
because recently the local government have demonstrated a complete lack of care and appreciation for a treasure of inestimable beauty located in the natural park of Cornwall. Wrong choices lead to a deterioration of the environment and the quality of life. Legambiente believe that by intervening and helping communities to make correct choices, we can improve our quality of life. These decisions need to involve as wide a section of the community as possible. And so we must enable as many groups as possible to enter into the political and administrative arena. I knew this building many years ago as a small child, when I came here with my parents. We came to the seaside at Portonovo, and then I had an uncle who was a member of a group who were involved in this home and with the child amputees at that time. And so we spent a few hours here as their guests. And I played here outside, and we ate inside. And so I have very fond memories of this place, which was kept very well then. Spacious and clean. The garden was lovely. And of course it's very moving emotionally to find myself here again today with this degree of dilapidation. But it's worth the effort to return it to the people who can restore its function in this beautiful setting. I remember this place from when I used to come here years ago, and the Scouts would have their celebrations for the beginning of the Scouting year. I remember one wonderful occasion when the building was in its original state and children were sleeping above, and
sotto facevamo
And
la
on the ground
cucina
floor,
e
we had a function
diciamo, il
room
posto dove poi si riunivano a fare
where
le
they
loro
ate together
canzoni,
and
i loro
told stories
giochi,
and joined in
i
Scouts
loro anche
activities.
approfondimenti raccontando quello che avevano visto durante la giornata. Perché nel metodo scout il metodo è appunto imparare
They
facendo
believed in learning by
e
doing.
il rapporto con la natura, il
So
rapporto
when they
con
found
questo
themselves in
ambiente
this
che
very
è
special environment,
speciale, in cui tu trovi il mare,
they found the
trovi
sea, they found
le
plants,
piante,
a
trovi
varied
un
environment where they
ambiente
could learn.
molto vario, era per loro un motivo di imparare guardando,
By
toccando,
looking, touching,
chiedendo.
asking.
Ecco, questa modalità io credo che debba
This
essere
opportunity is
ancora
something that I think we could
possibile
continue to
poterlo
provide
fare, perché i
because these
ragazzini, i
youngsters
bambini
need to
hanno
learn
bisogno di
by being
imparare
in such
questo
natural
piuttosto che non
environments
stare nei
rather than
centri
in
commerciali.
industrial
Ecco, questo
centres.
è il mio pensiero.
That's what I
E
think.
questa
And this
possibilità qui
possibility
c'è.
exists
E
here.
anzi, gruppi
Groups can learn here
di scout, lupetti piccoli ma anche più grandi, vedono
by
diciamo
seeing
così anche il
changes in
cambiare
daylight,
del giorno, quindi partire con l'alba, partire con
beginning
la
at
nascita
dawn
del
with the
sole
birth of the
fino
sun,
a quando il
right up
sole
to
va
the
a
moment
morire
when
e
the
poi la
sun
notte il
dies,
cielo
and
stellato,
then the
poterlo
beauty of the
osservare
starry sky.
da questo ambiente io credo che sia
I think this
un'esperienza
environment gives an experience which is
irripetibile ed è per
unrepeatable,
questo che insomma è
and for this
importante che
too it's
questo luogo
important that
rimanga a
this place
disposizione di
remains
tutti.
at the disposal of all. The house of the little amputees must remain public property for all Ancona residents. Situated in the natural reserve of the magnificent bay of Portonovo, the building is inherently perfectly disposed to green activities. This is a unique and unmissable opportunity to make the most of the whole bay throughout the year with varied socio-cultural activities. We must invest in these aims for the sustainable development of Portonovo and of our entire community. Funds required for the refurbishment of the house represent a minimal investment in comparison to the expected gains. We need your help to raise these funds for the future of Portonovo so that the house can remain a public asset and not fall into private hands.